That's a shot, Norman. I've beaten you again. That's 21-0 I've beaten you.
Aye, but I'm getting better. It was 23-0 last week. But I'll tell you, I'm fair connect on it.
Well, you'll need a hair seat, Norman.
Aye, I think we deserve a seat.
Aye.
We deserve a seat. Aye. Aye, it's a young man's game of bowls.
It's a young man's game of bowls.
I wouldn't care. When I was a young loon, it was just all mannies that played bowls.
I reckon there was just young loons. Of course, I blame the TV.
Oh, aye. The television's got a lot to answer for.
Aye, and there's how much sex and violence in that.
On the bowling green for a bit.
Oh, Norman, you're enough a man. So, who are you enjoying your retirement then?
Ah, nae a lot.
Oh?
Nae a lot. There's nae enough to do. I mean, the time just drags.
Ah, well, of course, you see, it is a big change for you see, Norman.
Well, that's right. Well, you can't fit... When I was working, it was flat out, you can. Flat out. You can't fit I was like when I was working.
I can. Just a human dynamo, Norman. A coiled spring, would you say, Norman?
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's not easy for somebody like me to slow down.
Easy, Norman. It's impossible for you to slow down. If you could only slow, you begin backwards.
Well, I can't about that, but ever since I retired, the time's just been hanging heavy in my hands.
Ah, heavy. And how long's that now you've been retired, Norman?
3 days.
3 days? God, I didn't realise it was as long as that, Norman.
Aye, that's right. Monday was all right, because I was still unwinding after all the excitement in my presentation. Aye. But Tuesday, the whole day I just sat about the house thinking.
Oh, you was thinking, was you, Norman? Oh. Well, you never did that for your work for the council.
Then about 6 o'clock I got my tea. Then I sat down in front of the TV, fell asleep.
Oh, you'd been watching Grumpy, was you?
And then the next thing I can, Tibby was shocking me with the shoulder saying, Norman, waking up, it's time to get into your bed. I mean, is that it? Is this what retirement's got to be like?
Of course it's not, Norman. God, I've never been so busy. I've never been so busy. And you could be the same, you see. You should be learning new skills, you see, Norman.
Well, I will admit, Tibby's been learning me the way to work a microwave.
Well, there you go, you see. There you go.
When we bought that microwave 5 years ago, I says to Tibby, when I retire, I'll have time to learn to work that thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right, Norman. That's right.
But I reckon another 12 months and I'll have it licked. And then fit, laddie.
Well, we'll need to think about that, Norman. We'll need to I'll tell you, you could maybe learn to preset the video.
There's no need to be sarcastic, Al. I mean, what have you found to do with yourself?
I've never been so busy. I've never been so busy.
Well,
Norman.
you keep saying that, but what exactly did you do?
Well, have you got my dishwasher to load? Oh, yes, every morning at breakfast time I stack my dishes, you see. And, of course, if you've had an egg for your breakfast, you have to wash the dishes before you put them in. And then you have to wash them after you tuck them out. Oh, it takes much longer than doing them by hand. And then I've got my bucket to put out. Oh, yes, I put out my bucket on a Monday and a Thursday and I take it in on a Tuesday and a Friday. And there you go, you see, it's set it up for you can find out.
For honest sake, Alec, there must be more to life than pitting out and tucking in the bucket.
Of course there is. I've never been. I'll tell you, see, there's never a week goes by, but I've got a funeral to get to. And if you're lucky, sometimes two.
Well, that's not so bad. I mean, I can't be doing my weddings, but I didn't mind a good funeral.
Oh, well, Norman, you'll be starting the day after a morning. Did you not hear about Archie Walker?
No.
Rotary lunch, drop it down dead in the middle of his pea and ham soup.
Oh. That's terrible. Pea and ham was his favourite. So, you've never been so busy?
Never been so busy,
So,
Norman.
what's your best day of the week?
Well, I would say it was Thursday.
Thursday.
Aye, Thursday.
And what happens on Thursday?
Well, you see, you get your pension on that Thursday, you see, Norman.
Oh, and how much will I get?
Well, that depends, Norman. You see, it depends on your circumstances, because there's a rebate here, a reimbursement there, here a concession, there an allowance, and Tippy comes in tilting that. And then there's a bit of supplement and a suppy benefit, and there you go, you see, take away the number you first thought of. And Bob's your uncle, that's your senior citizen's entitlement.
That sounds far over complicated for all folk to understand.
Of course it is, that's a whole idea. If they all folk would think that we're entitled till there was nothing left for the boss of British Gas. So, what do you get for your retirement presentation then, Norman?
Well, they give me a camcorder.
God, didn't tell me I'm playing bowls with a Steven Spielberg actor.
Well, I don't know about that, but before I came out here this morning, I made a tape at Tibby, doing the hoovering and marking the bed.
Very good, very good. Oh.
And then she took me snipping the hairy bits in my lungs.
And funny you're going to watch it, Norman.
Well, we'll just sit down after our tea and watch it tonight.
Oh, for the next you're going to hate. And here's you complaining about hearing nothing exciting, did he?
And then we'll be talking the camcorder ways when we're getting our big trip.
Oh, you're getting a big trip. Very good. What are you going to tell them?
Well, we're going out to visit a cousin in Toronto.
Oh, very good. Are you going with Saga?
No, I'm going with Tibby. I did a Wintel, but it's her cousin.
Oh, is it a male or a female cousin now, Norman?
Female.
Female
cousin. Maggie Jane.
Oh, she for Rothy Norman, was she?
Rothy Norman, that's right. Rothy Norman. She went out to Cardiff when she was a young lassie at 23.
Oh, how old's Maggie Jane now?
93.
93. Oh, well, you'll hear a lot to catch up on, Norman. You'll hear a lot to speak about, and have you kept up with Maggie Jane over the years, Norman?
Well, just a Christmas card.
Just a
Christmas card. About 1942, I think it was. Then again, if she ever got it, maybe the U-boat beat her tilt again, aye.
Very good. And the fun are you going out to see Maggie Jane then, Norman?
July 1997.
1997.
I can't wait for it to come.
Oh, Norman, then I wish your life a war.
Well, it's nothing from it to do here.
Of course it is, God, I've never been so busy. I've never been so busy. Never been so busy. And you could be the same, you see, Norman. You could be the same. I didn't think for the day first.
Well, forgive you day first. I mean, talk us through your day.
Well, all right. I'll talk you through my day. Well, you see, I get up in the morning and I gang for my paper.
We could do our paper delivered.
What did you get your paper delivered for?
To save time.
Save time, Norman. You've only a amount of time. You're complaining about here or muckle time. You're trying to fill in time. And if you're trying to fill in time, saving time's a waste of time.
Well, I will admit, I could walk to the paper shop. It's only 5 minutes if I take a shortcut.
Then I take a shortcut. Getting a long way around. It's better for you. It's good exercise. You'll live longer.
But if I want to live longer for, there's nothing for me to do.
Oh, Norman, you're half a man. Now, listen, after you've been for your paper, you're going for your milk.
We'll get our milk delivered.
Cancel the bloody milk.
Well, wait till we get this right, darling. I ging for my paper, ging for my milk.
No, then ging the doctor for your prescription.
What would I ging the doctor for my prescription for? Nothing wrong with me.
That doesn't matter. Nobody's retired against the doctor for their prescription.
But there was nothing wrong with me.
It's up to the doctor to find out something wrong with you. Oh, Norman, for that.
Well, I didn't like going to the doctor. We've just got a new lady doctor.
Oh, have you? Oh, for all she.
Well, she wouldn't be 30.
Oh, I was thinking of changing my doctor. Oh, I'll need to get myself organised, and we'll need to get you organised, Norman. We'll need to let you look to your future, you see. Now, look into your future. Have you bought that plot yet?
What would I buy a plot for it? The garden I've got's our muckle for me.
Oh, no, that kind of plot, Norman. No. Have you bought your lair at the cemetery?
Oh, no, we're not doing nothing with that kind of thing, no. Debbie keeps saying she just wants to go in aside her mother. And I says that, well, if you go in aside your mother, I'm not coming with you.
Norman, you wouldn't hate a spectacular. No, only one. You wouldn't be aside her. No. If Debbie goes first, you'll be on top of her.
Well, that takes me back. First time for 30 years.
Oh, Well, of course, the chances are you'll go first and she'll be on top of you.
First time ever.
Oh, no, you're enough. You're enough, man. No. Look, Norman, I'll mark you an offer. I wouldn't mark just on anybody. Would you like to join your coffee school?
You've told me there's no room in your coffee school.
Well, but circumstances change, Norman. There's a vacancy now. Thanks to half a plate of pea and ham soup.
Well, I don't think a coffee school would be my cup of tea. I mean, what exactly happens in a coffee school?
Well, you hear, cup of coffee, Norman. You put the world to rest. You speak about the politics. You speak about the football. You tell the boys what you've been doing the day before.
But I keep telling you I've nothing to do. I mean, what can you say to them if you've nothing to tell them? What'll you tell them in the morning?
I'll tell them the morning, Norman. I'll tell them never to a game of bulls with a miserable old bugger like you.
You're the top. You're Ben McDewey, you're the top. You're a large Drambuie, you're the golfing style of Sandy Lila Troon. You're the melancholy Reverend I am jolly, you're Daphne Brune. You're the Spey, you're Gleska Patter, you're a dig and down the water. I'm the Don's team who came very close to the drop. But baby, if I'm the bottom, you're the top. You're the top. You're Sky, you're Aaron, you're the top. You're Bill McLaren. You're the kind of fee a Scots QC can earn. You're the Gleska Polish, you're William Wallace, you're Bannockburn. You're the top. You're a tartan special. You're the top. You're Edinburgh Kessel. I'm a whiskey glass that's down to its very last drop. But baby, if I'm the bottom, you're the top. You're the top. You're a fine lang blether. You're the top. You're McCaskill's weather. You're McGonagall singing of the silvery tay. You're a snooker century by Stephen Henry. You're Hogmanay. You're the top. You're the late great Andy. You're the top. You're Para Handy. I'm Ian Lang, getting most things wrong. A flop, but baby, if I'm the bottom, yes, baby, if I'm the bottom, yes, baby, if I'm the bottom, you're the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Just a joke, folks. Never worry, this is no real politics. This is Monkland's District Council. No, as you were. It was last week I was doing there, giving the Monklands boys some tips. But this, on the contrary, is the new shadow Aberdeenshire Council, to which you have done me the honour of electing me to, which, as the member for Achtertarra. And you were right to do so. You were right to do so, because before I retired out here, I was 30 years a councillor in Aberdeen. Latterly, as convener of the Committee for Art Galleries, Museums and Sewage Works, to which I made a great contribution. Until I had to leave under something of a cloud when there was a big row when it was discovered that my 12-year-old nephew had got a pensioner's concessionary ticket in the bus. Anyway, would I come here to Achtertarra, and I'm no seen her here,
then there's a vacancy in the council caused by the resignation of Councillor Tony Signorini, the leader of the Scottish Nationalist Group. Because, of course, out here, the population profile of Achtertara has changed thanks to the oil business. So I feel entitled in addressing you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, señores y señoras, Herren und Kippers. Just a joke, Heinrich. Blooming Germans have no sense of humour. Now, I've called this meeting in Achtertara School Hall to thank those of you who voted for me and to ask for questions about any matters that you're still in doubt about regarding the working of the new urinary authority. Now, Faz's going to hear the first question. I'm not a creep or a crawler or nothing like that, but the first question must come from the Laird, Captain Angus McNeep of McNeep, a man whose roots run deep in Aberdeenshire. In fact, he's the biggest neep in Achtertara. Just another joke, sir, just another joke. What is your question, sir?
Councillor, is your own political allegiance in the public domain?
Huh?
At the election you stood as an independent, but do you support any organised political party?
No, I've always voted Conservative.
Come now. Surely the Conservatives in Scotland are looking up.
Well, if you're flat on your back, that's the only way you can look. Thank you, sir. Next question here, yes.
The Reverend Edward Hunter, Achtertara Kirk.
Yes, Reverend sir.
As a man of the cloth, I'm very concerned about the current phenomenon of outing.
Outing?
Yes, outing, following the activities of that Peter Tatchell fella in England. Can you foresee an outing taking place in Achtertara?
Now, is this a bus outing or a sarabang outing?
Certainly not. No. I'm referring to an outing involving a clergyman.
Oh, you mean a Sunday school picnic? Oh, we'll have plenty of them. Thanks very much. Next question here, yes?
Professor Callum Dundas, Rowantree Cottage.
Yes, Professor. Before you ask your question, what is it you're a professor of?
Well, I'm Professor of Rural Sociology.
God almighty, what's that now?
Rural sociology? Well, that's the application of scientific principles to the study of community structures and work patterns in a non-urban environment.
You mean, fit it's like being in the country?
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
So what's your question?
Would you agree, Councillor, that the first priority for the new authority is to have in place a competent chief executive?
Certainly. Oh, yes. And I'm happy to say that having known him for many years in Aberdeen, I am confident that I can secure the services of the former Chief Executive of the City of Aberdeen, Mr. Donald MacDonald, VC, DSO, RSVP, NBG. Mr. MacDonald is presently living quietly just outside Old Meldrum, where he keeps a few sheep, hens and pigs. So he might be the subject of the old song, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, E-I-E-I-O. Except he's not entitled to the E-I-E-I-O. Next question over here, yes.
Hebby Bidsy, Councillor.
Hebby Benzie, yes, Hebby. And I know I speak for everyone here when I wish you all the best when you get into hospital for your operation.
Oh, thank you very much indeed,
Now, fit
Councillor.
this again, it's the adenoids or the hernia?
Adenoids. But I've had the operation last Monday.
Well, maybe you should have tried the hernia. What's your question, Hebby?
Well, on an important occasion like this, Councillor, I would have thought that there would have been somebody with a bit more stature than yourself to address this meeting.
Well, I did issue an invitation to the Secretary of State for Scotland, Mr. Ian Lang, but this evening he is the guest of honour at the Banff and Buchan Scottish Nationalist Association dinner.
Is he on the toast list?
No, he's in the menu. Yes. A question at the back, yes.
Walter Rattray, proprietary Easy Terms Motors. Specialising in new cars, nearly new cars, nice new cars and bangers.
Look, I'm not wanting a commercial, Walter. I'm wanting a question.
All right. Here's my question then, good God. Do you think I should be a white line down the middle of after Main Street?
Well, that's not a bad idea. Mind you, before we could get in a white line, we had to widen the streets.
Well, for honest sake, wouldn't you at least see a sleeping policeman in the main street?
You mean move him into the police station? I mean, that's a revolutionary suggestion. That. I mean, half the folk in Achterton have never seen the Bobby without the Daily Record spread out his face. Next question.
This is PC Tom Wilson. And I took exception to that remark, because I did not take a Daily Record. I took a Daily Telegraph.
Because it's a better paper.
No, because it covers more of my face.
So what's your question, Tom?
Well, my question is this, Councillor. Are you the owner of a pillar box red Ford Sierra?
Yes.
Well, your car's been stolen.
That?
Aye, I spotted a lad, Bracken and Tilton, driving it a wagon. He was going that fast, he must have been a flagpoler for Fraser, but...
So you've got his description?
No, but I did get the number of your car.
All right, that's enough for you. Right, last question here. Yes, sir.
Sandy Thompson here, editor of the Achterton Advertiser, incorporating the Clat Clarion and the Rhynie Free Press.
That's enough a long name for enough a wee paper. I mean, how often do you come out?
Once a year.
Once a year?
Aye, no, every year.
No.
Well, you're lucky I'm here today.
So what's your question?
Well, I think it Achterton should be twinned.
Twin?
Aye, twinned, Ken. We some other place like maybe Paris or Rome or maybe San Francisco, some of that fancy places you can.
No. I can't see Achterton ever being twinned. Achterton's best bet is a suicide pact with Newport Sligo.
Freedom of speech is a guiding star. True Democrats all hail it. But freedom of speech can go too far. If it does, we must curtail it. People have got to understand certain comments must be banned. If you live in this green and pleasant land, our leaders will frown if you talk it down. Don't say this land that once was great is second-rate today. That's talking Britain down. Don't say that our health service soon will reach rock bottomly. That's talking Britain down. Don't say that all our masters are political disasters and that Parliament's the funniest show in town. Don't say that our dear Premier's a real disaster area. That's talking Britain down. Don't say that our MPs grow rich on large directors' fees. That's talking Britain down. Don't say that half the cabinet is wallowing in sleaze. That's talking Britain down. Don't say that Jonathan Aitken eats the Ritz's eggs and bacon and never pays a bill or buys a round. Don't say a national lottery is proof that Britain's tottery. That's talking Britain down. Don't say the way the Maastricht Bill was handled was a farce. That's talking Britain down. Don't say the British government keeps falling on its face. That's talking Britain down. Don't say that Norman Fowler's the original schoolboy howler. Don't say that Michael Howard is a clown. Don't say that Norman Lamont should have had his head examined. Don't scoff at Peter Lilly. Don't say Waldegrave is silly. Don't mock the peccadillos of the Rifkins and Portillos. Don't say that Jaws the shark is more humane than Kenneth Clark is. That's talking Britain down. Rule Britannia, although she's run aground. We must never, never, never talk her down.
Hello, welcome once again to The Way It Was. I'm Jerry Davis.
And I'm Bernard Balfour.
Yes, Bernard Balfour, local historian.
And manager of Gillette razor blades.
Now, our topic this week is Aberdeen's main thoroughfare, Union Street, now celebrating its bicentenary.
Not only that, Jerry, it's 200 years old.
Now, the first thing to be said about Union Street is that it's a very beautiful
Oh,
street.
it's a very beautiful street, Jerry. Well, so far as I'm concerned, you can keep Princess Street, Edinburgh, Sauchiehall Street, Glasgow, even Broad Street, Peterhead. Fraserburgh, I mean. You ever feel you've really put your foot in it?
Never.
Yes, Broad Street. Well, they've all got their own individual charms, except possibly Broad Street Fraserburgh. But as far as I'm concerned, Union Street beats the lot.
Even Princess Street?
Well, you see, there are shops on both sides of Union Street.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes, and to see the sun shining in the silver granite after a shower of April rain, well, Jerry, as Lewis Grassic Gibbon himself once unforgettably said.
Yes?
I can't imagine. But the sum and substance of it was that Union Street beats the lot. Particularly as seen through the rose-coloured spectacles of a young man, accompanied perhaps by his girlfriend in her pretty frock, as they walked the mat.
Walked the mat?
Walked the mat.
Now, what was that?
Well, Jerry, that was the expression applied to the heady and exhilarating pastime of trailing up and down Union Street.
So it was a kind of promenading?
Promenading, exactly so, Jerry. Just as in Paris, the boulevardiers, you know, the toffs with their top hats and their frock coats and their silver-topped canes, they promenaded along the Champs-Élysées in Paris. So in Aberdeen Union, it was exactly the same. Except it was young loons with plooks for Kitty Brewster.
So there you'd be, walking the mat with your girlfriend.
In her pretty frock. Aye. Whom you just probably met at the Monkey House.
The Monkey House? Now, the Monkey House.
Corner of Union Terrace.
Yes.
There,
Now,
Jerry.
why was it called the Monkey House?
Well, I suppose it's because where folk hung about. As monkeys do, you know, Jerry.
And of course, it was the great place for courting couples.
Oh, many's the time I've been stood up at the Monkey House. There I was, love's young dream in my blazer and flannels. Or if it was a Sunday, my kilt and my open-toed sandals.
And now, you mentioned streets on both sides of Union Street.
Exactly. Shops on both sides
Yes,
of Union Street.
shops. Now, you see, a lot of these shops
Aye.
have moved into the Bonnecourt Centre.
Oh, don't mention that Philistine modern monstrosity to me, Jerry. Oh, no, I can't be doing with places like that.
Well, it keeps the shopper's feet dry.
Oh, well, and of course we had exactly the same in the old days, except it was just called an umbrella and galoshes. Much cheaper as well.
Yes, I suppose it was. And of course, nowadays, we've got the St. Nicholas Centre as well.
Oh, now I wondered where Raggy Morrison's had gone to. Yes, and the 50-shilling tailors and the rubber shop, of course. Yes,
Aha, the rubber
well,
shop.
then,
Now,
well.
the rubber shop, that name would have different connotations today.
Now, Jerry. This is a family programme. You're not in living and growing now, you know.
Well, anyway, there you'd be, walking the mat with your girlfriend, and then maybe off to the pictures.
Off the pictures, yes. Maybe you see the latest Tarzan or Abbott and Costello, that's right. You just met her at the monkey house, perhaps, and you'd slip into the picture house there, the back row of the 1 and 9s, maybe.
And that was called going to the flick.
No, that was called necking.
Necking?
Necking, yes. It's a form of gentle osculation. I don't know what you'd call it nowadays. You see, sex didn't come along until 1963. That was the year sex was invented. It's generally accepted.
Yes, quite so, quite so.
Anyway, occasionally you'd glimpse up from the back row of the 1 and 9s, and you'd see the silver screen there, you see, Jerry, and catch a glimpse of the latest piece of romantic whimsy, starring perhaps Tyrone Power or Robert Taylor, perhaps.
Ah, yes, now, they were the Pacinos and De Niros of the day.
No, Jerry. No, the De Niros had the ice cream shop in Windmill Brae at the back of the picture, where you went with your girlfriend in a pretty frock.
For a Knickerbocker glory.
And that was the nearest you ever got to knickers. And there was never any question of glory.
No.
Because this was long before 1963.
Of course it was, yes. Now, we've been talking about walking the mat. I mean, what was that like? I mean, can you take us through it? An action replay?
An action replay is the phrase they use nowadays, I believe, Jerry. Well, we'll start at the Castlegate,
yes.
Maybe. Well, all right, we'll start at the Castlegate. Now, you proceed in a westerly direction. You've got the townhouse on your right-hand side. Not much sign of activity there. Some things don't change.
No. Yes.
Cross Broad Street, and there you've got the E&Ms. You maybe glance in the doorway of E&Ms there, and you maybe see a few Celtic supporters lingering. Doing what Celtic supporters do in the doorway of E&Ms. So it's just as well I've got on my galoshes.
All right, so past the E&Ms, and we come to the corner of St Nicholas Street.
And there you'd meet the Queen. Queen Victoria. That's where her statue stood, you see, before it moved to Queen's Cross. That's the thing about Aberdeen statues, you see, Jerry, and they move about a lot. Oh, yes, you don't get that kind of thing with Nelson's column.
No.
And as for the old Duke of Gordon there...
Well, now in Golden Square.
Aye, but there was a while you didn't know if he was coming or going.
And, of course, getting back to Queen Victoria, we'll move up and we'll come to the Queen's Cinema.
Named after Queen Victoria, of course.
Of course, the Queen's Cinema is now a nightclub.
Is it really?
Eagles nightclub.
Oh, yes.
And further up, you get the Cotton Club, you get Zigzag. I mean, that's the scene in the 1990s. I mean, what was it like in the old days? What did you do for nightlife?
We went to our bed early.
And, of course, people these days are very security conscious.
Of course, Jerry.
I mean, there are security cameras all over Union Street.
Oh, really?
Was there any equivalent in the old days?
Well, I would say there was the old night watchie in his hutty, warming his hands at the brazier.
Brazier.
Well, it did depend what night watch he was in duty at.
All right, so we're past the Queen's Cinema and we come to the statue of King Edward VII.
King Edward VII, glance up at the statue, there's a few pigeons there sheltering under his orb and scepter.
Well, and then moving up, we come to a major landmark, Music Hall.
Music Hall with the pillars in front, of course, scene of very many famous Aberdeen occasions, you know, freedoms of the city and all that kind of thing. Oh, yes, I well remember sitting there being addressed by that heroic figure, the man who led us to victory in Europe.
Winston Churchill.
Alec Ferguson.
In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, fondly believing that when he went, he would end up in the Orient. But instead of reaching Hong Kong or Bombay, that clown went and found the US of A. So we've a lot to blame that 15th century chancer for. Columbus, baby, you've a lot to answer for. Chewing gum, pop Popcorn tales of Davy Crockett, Chris, that's down to you. McDonald's with a branch of Drumna Drochett, Chris, that's down to you. Hateful Hollywood kids, there's plenty. Rambo 1 through to Rambo 20. Rock and roll and Coca-Cola and American football too. Christopher Goddam Columbus, all of this is down to you. Heavy metal, marijuana, Chris, that's down to you. Michael Jackson and Madonna, Chris, that's down to you. Folks from Birmingham to Bucky, eating fried chicken from Kentucky, not to mention those jobs known as nose jobs, silicone implants too. Christopher Goddam Columbus, all of this is down to you. Open plans, split level houses, Chris, that's down to you. Big Payne Stewart's golf and trousers, Chris, that's down to you. Chris, you should be blushing crimson. You're to blame for Mrs. Simpson, Wallace in the Palace, Dynasty in Dallas, O.J. Simpson too. Christopher Goddam Columbus, all of this is down to you. Oh, Christopher, if your navigator had made a left and crossed the equator, missed America and sailed right round it, nobody else might ever have found it. But though you didn't plan for it, you sure gotta carry the can for it. The bacon and lettuce and tomato sandwich, Chris, that's down to you. The way they mutilate our language, Chris, that's down to you. Just to take two simple cases, chips means crisps and suspenders braces. The pavement where I walk in New York's a sidewalk, a lift is an elevator too. Christopher Goddam Columbus, all of this is down to you. Happy hours with every second gin-free, Chris, that's down to you. Donahue and Oprah Winfrey, Chris, that's down to you. Thanks to you, Senor Columbus, we've got country and western numbers. Keep your heart in, Dolly Parton. Which reminds me, Twin Peaks too. Christopher Goddam Columbus, all of this is down to you. Oh, under the old star-spangled banner comes the worst of Americana. Since America was created, whatever it does, we imitate it. What they do, we do. So if Scottish women, God forbid, ever do what Mrs. Bobbitt did, Christopher Goddam Columbus, all of this is down to you.
Those of you who saw our last show may recall that it featured the world's first Doric-speaking parrot, whose name was Rover. Now, what we didn't know about Rover at the time was that he'd had quite a military career, and indeed for many years he had been the regimental mascot of the Gordon Highlanders, now sadly disbanded. But if the regiment has gone, the mascot is still going strong.
I think like. Ne Bonavachavna, ne Bonavachavna, I think like ne Bonavachavna, Seven Gordons.
Regimental mascot, attention. Stand at ease. Stand easy. So, the campaign to save the Gordons has failed.
I blame Michelle. How's our cookie? We got it, but how's our cookie? How's our cookie? I couldn't let you get for the hot shows. Our cookie. I blame Michelle.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't blame yourself. I blame Malcolm Rifkin.
Oh, I don't like Rifkin. I got a stick on my Rifkin. Jealous of Rifkin.
Why?
Jealous of Rifkin.
Why should you be jealous of Malcolm Rifkin?
He's got a bigger beak than me.
Now, when you joined the army, you did 10 weeks basic training?
We're squad of trainee muskets, a squad of trainee muskets, 10 weeks training, a squad of trainee muskets.
Now, what did this training consist of?
Square buses, spun bussen, bol on your beads, bloss brush on your beard, you block on your belt. Clean out ablutions, a portion for the lobbies. Nested jobbies, nested jobbies, nested jobbies.
No.
I like nested jobbies, nested jobbies, nested jobbies.
Well, these animals who had to do all these nasty jobs, were they wild?
Well, they wouldn't have a place.
And these potential mascots, I mean, all different kinds of animals?
Different kinds of animals, all different kinds of animals. And an elephant in the next bed, an elephant in the next bed. An elephant, a big elephant in the next bed.
It had been a big bed.
He was a heavy sleeper. Big uniform, big elephant. He
didn't need a kit bag?
He broke his head trunk.
Oh, I see. Now, so you had the elephant on one side.
A big elephant, big elephant.
And what did you have on the other side?
A moose.
A moose? A moose? Well, that would be the mascot of the Canadian Army.
And I can't furry comfy be figured through the cheese.
Now,
he's a lousy bloke. He
yes,
wouldn't eat tendons for him, but better for a lump of cheese. Oh, I demolished the cheese.
Yes, all right. Now,
Gorgonzola cheese,
yes,
cheddar cheese, Gouda cheese.
who was...
Oh, you get a cheese. It's a little wee blokey. It's a little wee blokey.
Who was in charge of the barrack room? Who was the NCO?
She was a tiger.
Tiger was the NCO?
Tiger was the NCO. He'd wear stripes and everybody else.
Yes, well, he would have, yes.
So the tiger and the zebra. Is it the tiger and the zebra?
Well,
zebra.
The zebra would have had more stripes than the tiger.
Ah, the zebra disappeared.
Disappeared out the door?
Disappeared to the tiger's throat. Yon was savage, and Messer was all like ketchup.
I'm trying to picture...
Yes,
I'm trying to picture...
I don't like this. I don't like violence.
I'm trying to picture all these animals on their first day on the parade ground.
Disaster, the parade. I'm blame Sergeant Major. We'll go, come on, 2 paces forward, march, 2 paces forward, march.
What happened?
We lost the kangaroo.
See.
We'll put up a square through the cuckoo's window.
He went AWOL.
He would do
Now,
all
right. Now, did you form any special friendship?
I thought somebody we do, we square dogs, we square dogs.
Now, this Scotty. This Scotty, was he a regular soldier?
Oh, a terrier, for Jesus.
But look here, he would have been the only terrier. All the other animals in the barrack room were regular.
I'll say they were regular. You just see the mess in the flea.
Right.
We bought my parents' keys.
Now, after your basic training, you all got postings?
I pretend for the Gordons. That's what I pretend for the Gordons.
And
I pretend for the Gordons.
And you got the Gordons?
I got Gordons. It's between me and the giraffe. It's between me and the giraffe.
A giraffe put in for the Gordons?
You didn't make for anything, you and giraffe.
But
I like the giraffe.
But you beat the
I
giraffe?
have a lot of respect for the giraffe. I looked up to giraffe.
I'm sure you did.
I couldn't help looking up to giraffe. I looked up giraffe.
All right, you beat the giraffe.
I got Gordons.
You got the job, but now you're out of a job. And I mean, how long were you in the army?
I signed on for 22 years.
So you did 22 years.
No, I did 66 years. Can you make good me?
Now, so after 66 years...
After 66 years, I got early retirement.
Now, I was reading somewhere they've given you the honorary rank of colonel.
But the Colonel Rover, that's me, Colonel Rover.
So you'll have a reasonable pension?
The pension's peanuts, that's all, just peanuts.
Now that you're retired, where do you live?
I live in museum, Ken. There's a regimental HQ in a museum. Because silver antiques and stuffed animals, nothing in it, Ken.
Stuffed animals? Are you going to be stuffed?
Am I hoping?
But look here,
72-year-old never sex, it's me, 72-year-old.
where exactly in the museum do you live?
Officer's canteen, Ken, officer's canteen.
Yes, well, you describe it as a canteen, but I mean, is it a mess?
Of course, a mess. You expect me a bloody barrack for that book.
Yes, that's good. Now, getting back to where we began, have you abandoned the campaign?
I'm making up. 7 guns. I'm going to do the London and tell Prime Minister. I'm going to do the number 10 then and tell Prime Minister.
You're going to London. Will you go by plane?
Oh, no, I didn't like flying.
So what will you say to the Prime Minister?
Save a goddess, reverse your decision and save a goddess.
But how do you expect the Prime Minister to do what you tell him?
I'm a colonel. He's only a major.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to part 2.
Horagan. Heimagiri plata brochen deine husky.
Now, that may not be very funny, but these days we'll get a £20,000 grant just for saying it.
We picked up that wee bit of the Gaelic on a recent visit to Inverness.
Yes, we were up there, doing rather a saucy little cabaret for that most happy-go-lucky lot.
The Synod of the Free Presbyterian Club.
We've actually been getting a little feedback during the interval that some of the Innaboot-comers have been having a little difficulty with the Doric dialect. So to help you for the second half, my two colleagues will now present a short masterclass in the interpretation of the Doric. Gentlemen?
And I was only 10 year old, I left the village squeal. My father feed me to the mains there and my milk and meal. But first I put on my Nora bricks to hump my spinel trams. Sign a buckle through knock up and knees a pair and a gate arms.
The divine sound which you have just heard belongs to Scotland's musical heritage. The first verse of one of the great bothy ballads of the northeast. That is the northeast of Scotland, not the northeast of Great Britain, which lies, of course, between Sunderland and Newcastle. To the true Scot, this ballad conveys the whole ethos of his native land. But what does it mean to the insensitive foreign or English ear? Perhaps we can begin again.
Aye.
After 3.
Aye, fairly.
1,
2,
3.
When I was only 10 year old, I left the village squeal.
The poet regrets that he did not have the benefits of comprehensive education.
My father feed me to the mains to air and my milk and meal.
The poet's father launches him on a career in agriculture.
But first I put on my Nara bricks to hop my spinel trams.
For his working clothes, the poet favors a pair of designer jeans.
Sign a buckle through knocking up my knees a pair and Nicky Tom.
And in the interests of hygiene, hitches them up round the lower part of the leg below the knee. Thus, with a piece of suitable material purchased perhaps from Austin Reed or Duthie and Bruce.
First I get on for by the loan sign, I get on for third.
The poet's first post was that of junior administrative assistant in the cow shed. Thereafter, he received the preferment, being created executive officer in the pigsty.
A sign, of course, I had to get the horseman's grapenoir.
It would appear that the poet receives an urgent communication from Lester Pigott.
A loaf of bread to be my piece and a bottle for drinking drums.
The poet recalls his simple, high-fiber diet. Washed down with low-alcohol Chivas Regal.
Oh, you'll never get through the Carrefour's door without your Nicky Tom.
This garment is particularly essential when entering the bovine maternity suite.
I'm courting Bonnie Honey, no Rob Thompson's catchy day.
The poet becomes aware of his awakening sexuality.
She is 5 and 40 and I'm but 17.
The poet speaks of his Oedipus complex.
She claps a muckle piece to me with different kinds of jam.
The relationship brings to his diet a welcome supplement of carbohydrate, glucose, and vitamin C.
'Cause I really turn her on when I've got on my Nicky Tom.
Evidence here of the garment's erotic properties.
So when we get wed and gang to our bed, we went out to off our clothes. I'll keep on my Nicky Toms and she'll keep on her stays. And I got a neck shirt of a pair of new gem jams. But I'll never get them off if I keep on my Nicky Tom.
The poet and his inamorata evolve an infallible method of contraception. Oh, you can't get your pajamas off if you're wearing Nicky Toms.
Now, the year is 1137, and the scene is the town planning department of the city of Edinburgh.
Hello. Is that King Malcolm of Scotland? Morning. Director of Town Planning here. Sorry to bother you, but I've got your application here for outline planning permission. Now, just one or two points I'd like to get cleared up. Now, have I got this right? You're proposing to build some kind of castle, bang in the middle of Edinburgh, on top of that lump of rock overlooking Princess Street Gardens and Waverley Station. Now, is that right? Because if it is, Your Majesty, you're away with the fairies. All these years of royal inbreeding must be catching up on you. No disrespect, Your Majesty, but I mean to say a great monstrosity of a castle, sticking up like a sore thumb, directly opposite two of Scotland's finest natural treasures, British Home Stores and Debenhams. I mean, it'll ruin the whole character of the city. And I'll tell you this, you're going to have some fearful technical difficulties. I mean, that's solid volcanic rock there. How are you going to get a sewage pipe through it? Well, as I understand it, Your Majesty, you're going to have a garrison of 500 troops there. What arrangements are you going to make for sewage? A chain of buckets. All the way down to the Forth. That's a lot of buckets. I mean, it's... Heavens above, we are living in the 12th century after all. The environmental health people just won't wear it. Environmental health, Your Majesty, used to be called the sanitary inspector before the 1066 reorganisation. Now, there's a word on the plan here that I can't quite read. It looks a bit like gun, but it can't be gun. It is gun. Every day at 1 o'clock, you propose to fire off a gun from the castle. What on earth for? To let people know what time it is. But there's a perfectly good clock on top of the Newell Model Hotel.
And I'll tell you this, if you're going to be firing off artillery from domestic premises, you've really got to watch it. I mean, have you served notice on adjacent proprietors? Because you've a guy along the road from you there on the Royal Mile, John Knox. A right bloody killjoy, I can tell you. I don't know what he does for a living, but there's not an ounce of Christian charity about him. Now, tell me this, have you got an architect for this harebrained scheme? No, I only asked because there's no name on the bottom of the plan. And in my experience, that usually means you've got someone from the city architects department to do a homer. You have? Aye. Who did you get exactly? The city architect himself. Dear God, well, with him as your architect, you'll need a damn good builder. Who have you got? Barrett's. And the best of British luck to you. No, I quite agree. Their marketing's wonderful. Of course, they used to have a helicopter, specially invented for them by Leonardo da Vinci. And, of course, they've opened a new European division. They've just built a tower at Pisa. And from all accounts, they haven't got it quite right. Mind you, from all I hear, it's a lot straighter than most of the houses they've built out at Costoffen.
Oh, I busk at the piano, singing Neapolitano, 'cause I am Italiano, the second generation. See, my da and ma, they left at 11, I was a twat. They come here, dear bonny Scotland. They'd a clever scheme to sell Italian ice cream in Scotland in a small cafe. So in 1922 they came out to Scotland for to make their name. Money mere Italians did the same. They spread our Scotland, which is why today nearly every Scots community has got its own ice cream parlour, and its name's an unmistakably Italian one, the Ice Cream Cafe Mafia. But Italian ice cream cafes are gravely threatened nowadays, 'cause there's other nationalities invading our patch. Oh, the Indians come with their curry and their poppadom, the Chinese with a chop suey, and there's a folk from France who have opened fancy restaurants, and every year mere chancers come. From the States there come Kentucky fries and McDonald's fast food enterprise. There are Arab places where sheep's eyes are served to you in Asabec. Me, I canna live if it gets much more competitive. These foreigners all should be deported. Aye, the kick out of that lot, when you think what fit a nerve they've got, none of them could ever be a native Scot like me.
Well, Father, today's the day, 95 today.
Aye, and I finished my porridge.
Well, I must say the nursing home's doing you proud.
Feel like that.
Are you looking forward to your special birthday tea?
Feel like that.
Well, so are all the other residents. I've just spotted two of your girlfriends on the way in, dressed to kill, both in their 90s.
Both in their 90s. Oh, this is going to be a better birthday than I thought it was.
Hello. No, this isn't Mr. William Fraser. This is his son, Andrew, speaking. Oh, hello, Bessie, hello. No, Dad's fine. I'll pass him over to you. It's Bessie, phoning from Nottingham.
Hello, Bessie. Aye, this is your father speaking. Aye. Fits the weather like in Nottingham. Oh, well, you're lucky. It's been a terrible morning here. And yesterday was the same. No taking time to come down. We just had a summer attack.
Thank her for the gloves that she sent.
And the sister, thank you for the gloves that you sent in.
No, not me. It's you she sent the gloves to.
And the sister, thank you for the gloves that you sent to me. They're lovely gloves. They're lovely. And I got your card, you know. I got your card. What card was you again? Was you the coos in the water? Or a sheep in the snow? You was the coos in the water, that's right. Because I got exactly the same in for Chrissy. Except hers was 165 for woolies. But yours was 195 for boots.
Tell her you like the gloves.
Andra says I like the gloves. Oh, but I do like the gloves. They're lovely gloves. I'm fair looking forward to wearing the gloves. No, I'm never getting out. But it'll be fine and cosy for sitting in a TV lounge. Called it, we call it. Yes, I like a TV. Yes, it's my favourite. 1 foot in the grave. And I like Selena. Oh, I would feel like to be in yon blind date. If it's it. Oh, well, but my dear, you can I get a sting for a deed be. Well, that was Chrissy. That was Chrissy.
No, Dad. That wasn't Chrissy. That was Bessie.
Oh, that was Bessie.
That could be Chrissy.
Oh, well, but we'll just...
You answer it, go on.
Hello? Chrissy? Yes, Chrissy. Aye, this is your Alfie there speaking. And fits it with the like in Market Harbour. Oh, well, you're lucky. It's been a terrible morning here. And yesterday was the same. No taking time to come down. We just had a summer.
Ask her about Patricia's new baby.
And let's just ask you about Patricia's new baby. Has he got a name yet? Pamela. Well, you tell Pamela for me that he's my ninth great-grandchild, and I've got 18 grandchildren, and I've got 6 of my own.
7, Dad. 7 of your own.
Wait a minute, because Andrew says, wait a minute, work at this out now. There's Bessie and Chrissy and Douglas, Elsie and Frank and Gladys, that's your 6. I missed out Andrew. Oh, but Andrew doesn't count. He bides here all the time. It's only the ins that war that counts. Because I never see you. You see, I haven't seen any of these since your mother's funeral. Well, you're so far away, you see. You have to miss out and see him, but Andrew's lucky. He's scored that one. Farmer Speckatel here, Andrew.
It's Chrissy in Market Harbour.
Chrissy in Market Harbour. Yes, Chrissy. And what's the weather like in Market Harbour?
You've asked her that already. Just say cheerio and ring off.
Does you have to ring off? Cheery bye, Chrissy, cheery.
That's it. Good.
So who you doing today then, Andrew? Did you mind bringing new batteries I was needing for my hearing aid?
Oh, dash, I forgot again.
But you're just hopeless. You just never mind in the only thing that I ask you to do. You're hopeless. Did you broke your wife for you today?
No. Elizabeth's broken-hearted that she's missing your party.
I'll bet.
No. She wouldn't have missed it for the world, but this is the day she's to stay at home and pay the window cleaner.
Of course.
Now, I'm just trying to work this out, who you've had on the phone this morning, because while I've been here, you've had Bessie on and Chrissy on, but did anybody phone before I came?
No, nobody never phones me. I never get a phone call from anybody. They didn't hear Uncle Bert on from New Zealand. No.
Oh, Bert was on the go early.
No, he was late. He was saying it is tomorrow in New Zealand. And I had Elsie on for Edinburgh.
Oh, Elsie, yes.
Elsie for Edinburgh, and she brought her 4 grandchildren as 4 of my great-grandchildren. And now come to the telephone, and I sang over the telephone. Happy birthday, dear grandchildren.
Oh.
The hell of a rocket.
And tell me this, did Elsie have any news?
No, nobody's never any news for me. I'm never getting any news for me. She was telling me about her young lady, no Beatrice. Beatrice came in with the glasses and the long black hair, like hanging men's hat hair. Oh, no, but she's going on to do further research at Oxford.
Oh, yes. Very clever girl,
Yeah,
Beatrice.
clever lassie had Beatrice.
But look, if Frank comes on from Lerwick, don't mention Beatrice to him. Because remember I told you, the Lerwick lot don't speak to the Edinburgh lot. See? Ever since Beatrice started at Oxford, the same week as Frank's lassie Fiona began her new job in Soho as a so-called hostess.
Oh, well, I think Beatrice is doing half a wheel at Oxford.
Well, but Fiona's doing half a wheel in Soho.
No,
Wait till we see what this is. Hello. Hello, Frank, hello. Yes, this is Andrew. I'll pass you over to Dad. Here he goes. Frank, phoning from Lerwick.
Hello, Frank. Aye, is this your dad speaking? It fits you with a like in Lerwick? Oh, well, you're lucky. It's been a terrible morning here. And yesterday was the same. No taking time to come down. We just had a summer at
Tell Frank you've had a lot of nice cards.
Frank Andrews says I've had a lot of nice cards. But I did get a lot of... And I got in for you and Dodo, didn't I? No, 15 was you again. Was you the coz in the water? Or a sheep in the snaw? You was a sheep in the snaw, yeah, that's right. 20p for the Church of Scotland bookshop sale. Yes, I got a lot of lovely cards, but my favourite thing was the fat wifey in the beach with necklace on. And I got that for Beatrice. With a minty for Andrew's waving at me. I don't think I'm supposed to mention Beatrice. Beatrice must be the units on the game in Soho. Frank, God, he's hung up on me.
I'm not
Terrible you get me in
I'm not surprised he hung up on you. I told you, it's his lassie Fiona who's on the game in Soho. And we're not supposed to know that. We got that in confidence from the Edinburgh lot. They'd got it from the Market Harbour lot, and they'd got it from the Nottingham. I mean, I explained all that to you.
That's what you expect about mine, all that complicated things, Andrew. You get a bit of revel at my age, you can. You're entitled to be a bit of dottled at my age. 95, you can.
I know.
My birthday today. But why didn't you arrange a telegram for the Queen?
Because you're only 95, you're not 100.
Well, I feel a honor. I feel half a all someday.
Well, you're not half at all, you're only 95.
Well, I should be a honor. Should be a honor. Before they get married, my father and mother, your old granny and grandpa Fraser, they courted first of the year. I should be 102.
You
I'm
answer
going
that
to get that in. I'm going to get that in. Hello? Oh, hello. Yeah, yes, of course I can. I can, for I've got, yes. It's your Lone Gordon. He's phoning from Morocco. Yes, Gordon, this is your grandpa speaking. And what's the weather like in Morocco? Oh, it's fine and sunny in Morocco. Oh, well, you're surely in a better summer in Morocco than we're in here in Aberdeen. Yeah, I've got your dad with me. Yeah, aye. Oh, but your mum couldn't come. No, she'd bide in for the windy cleaner. What's that? What's that, good? Good. Yeah, very good. Gordon says he never kent his mother's by the end was a windy cleaner. Oh, Gordon, you're a tonic. You're just nothing like your father at all. That's right, Gordon. The brains has kept a generation. Cheery pie, balloon. Have a good use of the telephone. Thanks for minding your old grandpa. Cheery pie. Have a fine loon. Have a fine loon on, Gordon. You didn't want to speak to him, did you?
Well, of course I wanted to speak to him. That's just typical. I never get to do what I want to do. I come in here to see you every day.
Every day. You didn't come in last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday? That was the day they go to the dentist to get 3 teeth out.
Oh, you've plenty of time to go to the dentist. You had time to come and see your old father.
watching Peter Snow. I find myself wondering, can this be a creature from an alien galaxy darting round the studio? He's a human dynamo. On election night, if he gets half a chance, like a pterodactyl with St. Vitus dance, Peter Snow will steal the show. Elections can get serious, and onto the set Peter walks, and it's laughter nationwide, 'cause since Eric Morecambe died, he's the funniest man on the box, Patrick Moore included, darting nimbly to and fro, firing off statistics with a childlike joy of a 4-year-old who's got a brand new toy. But keep watching Peter Snow, 'cause he'll divert you, he'll amuse you. Don't try to follow him, he'll just confuse you. Dear old Peter Snow. Roughly 50 years ago, the Lord in a mischievous moment designed a creature that was Goofy and Mick Jagger combined, and they called it Peter Snow. Wizard of the high-tech show. First we see the state-of-the-art swingometer, then across the stage there comes a lightning blur. Yes, it's Snow, which way did he go? He's gone to his magic computer. No sooner does the first result come up than Peter feeds it in, predicts who's going to win the election, the Grand National and the Cup, and a song for Europe. On comes someone we should know. Is it Paddy Ashdown? Is it Tony Blair? Well, the viewing millions simply do not care. All they want is Peter Snow. You can keep your Paxman, keep your Dimbleby. Let's see Peter do himself an injury. Oops, a fall of snow. Of all the TV pundits, no man can rival this abominable snowman. Dear old Peter Snow.
It has just been announced from 10 Downing Street that to get away from the leadership battle, the Prime Minister and Mrs. Major have left London for a short break. Their exact destination is unknown, but informed sources say they're heading for deepest Aberdeenshire.
The Glaikit Stack, funny name. Please ring for service. Funny noise.
Aye, fit like.
I'm sorry.
Aye, fit like.
Aye, fit. One moment while I consult my local phrase book. Doric for beginners, Sassenachs and the intellectually challenged. Jolly good, I've scored 3 out of 3 there. Now, what was that you were saying?
Aye, fit like.
Aye, fit alike. Nay bad ever. I chevin on min.
God, if it's near Robbie Shepherd.
No, I'm just a happy chappy on his holidays looking for a bed for the night.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place. We did have the one bedroom.
Got the one bedroom vacant?
We've got the one bedroom full stop.
Oh.
But it's a very nice bedroom.
Oh, very good.
We've got a lot of money to do it up.
Oh, did you get a government grant?
No, exactly. We've got a grant for the laird.
Oh, the laird of Ochterturra?
No, the laird of Tom and Towel. But we'll just get your bucket in.
Very good, very good.
Are you just yourself?
No, there's a lady with me.
A lady.
Yes.
Aye, we ken your kind. Never mind, mum's aboard.
No, this lady's my wife. She's parking the car.
Your wife?
Yes.
Aye, and I'm the Prime Minister. Now, how would you propose to pay for
Well,
it?
I usually pay by credit card or cheque.
Well, but I would prefer the local currency.
Local currency?
Local currency, neeps and tatties.
Neeps and tatties. Now, are these coins or notes? And if so, how many neeps to the Deutschmark? How many tatties to the franc? Are they part of the basket of European currencies?
No. You didn't put neeps and tatties into baskets.
Oh.
What you need for neeps and tatties is sex.
Sex?
Sex? You've heard of sex?
That's about all I have heard about for the last year or so. And do you get sex in Octatura?
Oh, there's no shortage of sex in Octatura.
Jolly good. And where do you get sex in Octatura?
Well, you get sex on a way in Octatura. If my wife went in sex, she goes to Jockey Bay in the Oraman. Emma looks after the pigs.
This really is getting back to basics, isn't it? Yes.
And he gives her sex.
And don't you mind?
Well, it saves me the bother. Yeah, I think I've seen you before somewhere.
Have you really? Oh, yes.
Did you ever play skip for Afford in the Downside Bowling League?
No.
Did you ever drive a hearse for Sammy Bruce Regina?
No.
Well, wait a minute. Television.
I have been on the telly once or twice, I have to say.
Coronation Street. You Ken Barlow with glasses on.
No. As a matter of fact, I'm a politician.
A politician?
Yes.
You're made John Redwood, are you?
Redwood, no. Deadwood, maybe, yes. Just wait till next Tuesday and we'll see.
Wait till we see. You're no Tony Blair.
No, I'm not pretty enough to be Tony Blair.
You're no John Prescott.
I'm not pretty enough to be John Prescott.
You're no Margaret Beckett.
I'm too pretty to be Margaret Beckett.
Well, I dinna ken far you could be.
Haven't you been reading your newspapers this week? I haven't been off the front page.
You're no Hugh Grant, are you?
No.
Well, I can't get you. I'll tell you. Give us a clue. Give us a
All
clue.
right. Rather like this. Good game.
Bruce Forsyth.
No. I'll give you a proper clue. I would like to be good enough to play cricket for England.
Well, say what makes the lads in the team. But I can't get your clues is rubbish.
Yeah, it's not very good at this kind of thing. Doing my best, pretty hopeless. I simply don't have a clue to give you.
Wait a minute. Nae very good, pretty hopeless, and I got a clue. You're John Major.
That's all right. Yes, you'll be able to say that the Prime Minister slept here.
Well, you haven't tried the bed yet. But excuse me for asking this, Prime Minister, but I mean, it's the Octatara's nae a wheel kid place. It's nae a household word like Rhyme or Inveralachy or place like that. I mean, if I had a grand folk at you ken, what on earth could I tell you about a wee hidey hole like this?
Salman Rushdie. Octatara was warmly recommended to me by Salman Rushdie.
Salman, what a rare lad. Salman Rushdie bid here for more than 12
I
years.
know that, I know that.
Salman.
Yes.
Salman fitted in fine into Octatara. He became an elder of the kirk.
Yes. Drove the local library van.
Drove the library van. He just had the one bad night. And he was in here in the pub. He was sitting over there, having a drink with Lord Lucan.
Oh, yes.
When Fa should come in, but the local headmaster.
I think I heard about this one.
The Domini we call it.
Yeah.
And I says to Salman, I says, this is the Octatara Domini.
And he thought you said the Ayatollah Khomeini.
My cholesterol count has a tendency to mount, which I'm told clogs up my arteries. Said my GP, it's a diet for thee. Bacon's off, pies is off, prawns is off. He gave me a list which seemed to consist of everything I'm fondest of. But when the doc said diet, we promised we would try it. But last night when we sat down to our tea, I rolled my eyes in horror. It was haddock and batter and Black Forest gata. Skip that, no way, I was forced to say. The diet starts tomorrow. Oh, we say today what we said yesterday. The diet starts tomorrow.
I was often near sick at a wedding last week in the village of Vochtertara. There was assets at tatties, both chappet and satties, oh, I blame myself. I says, ach, to hell, the diet starts tomorrow.
On Wednesday last, at a rotary repast, it was Sodom and Gomorrah. Syrup, sponge and salami, a big double whammy as I clattered my bread. With butter I said, ach, the diet starts tomorrow.
Let the diet begin, and my next of kin will see that I'm no quitter.
They'll see that he's no quitter.
Lots of fruit I should eat, so tomorrow for sweet I'll have a banana fritter.
And profiteroles with his fritter.
At the Flaherty's door there was rich Irish stew, and the Guinness flawed begorra. There was sweet Irish coffee, much thicker than toffee. Oh, let's all go where the praties grow, and the diet never starts till tomorrow.
Oh, we say today what we said yesterday. The diet starts tomorrow. Oh, I've sworn off food and other rich food more in anger than in sorrow. But when I get an eyeful of dairy cream trifle, when I see one of those, my willpower goes and the diet starts tomorrow.
Mars and Milky Ways are things nowadays I could not beg, steal or borrow. But fudge after dinner, forgive this poor sinner, can't help myself from helping myself, and the diet starts tomorrow.
Oh, the diet starts, no more jam tarts. The diet begins, no crafty gins. The diet starts tomorrow.
You'll see from the programme that the next item in the show is entitled Bruce and the Spider. And it is, in fact, the oldest item in the show, set, of course, in 1314. When we first started doing it, it was reasonably topical. So may we take you back once again to the year 1314. The scene is a cave, and Mr. Robertson is a spider.
Land of my shining river, land of my high endeavour, land of my heart forever, Scotland, oh, you're out of the game. The English is overrun the borders, the lecherous soldiery is looting and pillaging and ravaging and plundering and... Oh, and I think, what can I do about it? I'm a mere spider. What am I anyway? I'm not a bird, I'm not a mammal, I'm not a marsupial, I've no pooches. I'm not a reptile, I'm not even a blooming fish. What am I? Well, I'll tell you what I am, because I've got it in this little bookie here. In fact, that's a big book when you're a spider. Now, teach yourself entomology. Spiders, now, slugs, snails, slaters, centipedes. Spiders, here we go. Oh, me, I'm an arachnid. I've got a cephalothorax. I've got 2 spinnerets. I've got 4 pairs of walking legs. And I've got, oh, me, oh, it's not nice, that. I've got an unsegmented abdomen. God's sake, eh? What a sorter.
A cave, a refuge, a haven, a harbour, a port, a cave, a cave.
Must be Taggart. Oh, no, it can't be Taggart. No, unless it's a repeat, of course, yeah.
What creepy, crawly, hell-sent beast is this?
Hello.
Ye gods, the monster speaks. What are ye?
I'm a spider.
You mean you're an arachnid with a cephalothorax and an unsegmented abdomen?
Here, you seem to ken about me. But you, who are you?
I'm but a traveller.
Oh, you clean easier, better wear.
I'm no a commercial traveller. I'm your king.
Oh, pull the other 7.
I tell you, I am your king, Robert the Bruce.
Oh, sire, good my liege, custodian of Scotia shores, Scottish soldier of soldiers. Do you like a drink?
Nah, any time, my friend. The English are at my heels.
Oh, are they?
Wished?
I'm wished then.
What was that? It's but the rain.
Oh, it's raining. Oh, me. That means somebody must have squashed in at my chums.
I know I'm on flee.
Man, you?
Aye, I'm on reach sky the next.
Sky, oh, aye. You have to meet Flora, have you? Oh, no, you're near that in. Fine are you then? Are you using it hunchback of waves or hides up oak tree or burns of cakes?
Not your king, you see, but an unworthy king, driven into shameful flight by an awesome foe, Proud Edward of England.
Proud Edward. Oh, but you'll easy beat Proud Edward. He's just a big jessy.
No, I've done my best to avenge the bleed of Wallace.
Willie Wallace, oh, I can't him fine. He was quartered here, then he went down to London and he was quartered there. Oh, they tell me he hung about there for a while.
I can, and no, I'm finished in Scotland with me. We're doomed.
We're not doomed, Robert, now. Come on, buck your ideas up, man. Get your act together. Ken, you got a showdown with that, Edward?
You mean a battle?
A battle. Now, there's a field near here road by Bannockburn. It's free next week because the farmer's got his hair stemmed early. Somebody with a common market and set aside or something like that. I'm not fast sure, but anyway.
Ah, well,
but
you see, next week wouldn't suit me.
Oh.
No, next week I'm due over the border into England for a bit of pillage and rape.
Oh, very nice. Of course, it's a Glasgow fair.
So what about the week after? Now, I want you to be with me because you are my newfound inspiration.
Thank you, sire.
But I would need some other bra lads as well.
Oh, well, we'll get a Scottish rugby team.
Ah, it'll be him early for South Africa.
Ah, that's right. And we'll get Gavin Hastings to lead him.
Gavin Hastings, a great man. I can see the history books now. 1314, the Battle of Hastings. So, the week after next, the Monday.
Monday? No, Monday's no use for me. I've got an evening class on a Monday. Advanced spinning and weaving. Then on Tuesday I've got my masons.
Is there a lodge for spiders?
Well, we just usually get in with the slaters. Wednesday I've got a beetle drive. Thursday, of course, I've got my dancing.
You're dancing?
Are you asking? No. I've got a special dancing class for spiders.
What's special about a dancing class for spiders?
You only need one couple for I need some real.
So you enjoy the Scottish dancing?
Oh, I enjoy a tarantula.
No. You mean a tarantella. You wouldn't enjoy a tarantula. That's an exotic black widow for South America.
That's right, I did enjoy a tarantula.
So what about Friday?
Friday, no, I've got my wine circle on Friday. Oh, I do enjoy a glass of wine. I particularly like sherry. I like sherry.
Sherry?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of sherry would a spider like?
Did you expect dry fly?
No, I didn't care for dry fly.
Oh, but you should try dry fly.
No, I tried it once, never again.
Oh, but you should try dry fly again.
Did you say try again?
No, I didn't say try again. I said try dry fly again.
So the history books have got it wrong. Well, Saturday.
Saturday, fine. Kick off 3 o'clock.
Bar open 10 in the morning.
Very good.
And what's the strategy for kicking the English off the park?
Oh, I think we'll revive the old alliance with France.
With France?
Aye.
What help would that be in kicking the English off the park?
Well, we'll hit Eric Cantona on our side.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here we go, here we go.